important concept in chemistry, and that is the concept on the compound. How a compound is formed, what are the properties of compounds, and some of the examples, the very important examples of compounds. Now when we take the case of compounds, generally a compound is formed by two or more elements. Now when two or more elements combine in a fixed proportion, the important word here is known as the fixed proportion. Now when two or more elements combine together by fixed proportions, we form a compound. So for example, if I have elements like carbon and oxygen, so they will form the compound known as carbon dioxide, and they will have a fixed proportion, that is 1:2. Now if I take the case of hydrogen and oxygen, they will form the compound of water. They will also have the fixed proportion. So some other examples may include calcium carbonate. It has three important elements known as calcium, carbon and oxygen. Now when we have discussed the important examples of compounds, we can now discuss the basic or the very important properties of compounds. And because of these properties, we can see that a particular substance is a compound and it is not an element. So the first important property. So let us discuss the properties of the compounds. So the first important property of the compound is that it is made up of elements, and these elements, when we want to separate these elements, you cannot separate by physical methods. So they are not separated by physical methods. Physical methods generally include filtration, evaporation, condensation. You cannot do the separation of hydrogen and oxygen, if I take the case of water, by any physical methods. You only need a chemical method like electrolysis, providing electricity to the water molecules. It can only be done with the help of chemical methods. The next important property of the compounds is that they have a fixed proportion by mass. So by mass you generally mean, like for example, if I take the case of water. In the case of water, the mass of hydrogen is 1 and there are 2 atoms, so it will become 2. The mass of oxygen is 16. So by ratio it will become 2:16, simplified to 1:8. So by 1:8, water has a ratio by mass to 1:8, and it is same for all the case of water. Now if I make water anywhere in the world, the ratio will be fixed, and that is the property only of the compounds, that whenever you form a compound, they have a fixed ratio by mass, and this ratio by mass remains fixed whenever you make a compound. The third important property of the compound is that the properties by which a compound is made, that means the properties of the elements, is entirely different from the properties of the compound. So for example, if I take the case of water only, now water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. The property of oxygen is that it always supports burning, or I can say it always supports combustion. Whereas the property of water is that it reduces or it extinguishes the burning wherever it takes place. Now these two properties are entirely different. So we can say that the properties of the constituents of the compound are different from the properties of the element or properties of the compound. For example, if I have sodium chloride, that is NaCl, this is the common salt which we use daily in our lives. Now this is made up of two elements, that is sodium and chlorine. Both of these elements, sodium as well as chlorine, are poisonous to humans, but we can eat, but generally we eat the case of salt. So we can say that the properties of the elements from which the compound is made is entirely different from the properties of the compound by which we can make the compound. So the fourth important property of the compounds is that whenever a compound is made, either the energy is released or the energy is being absorbed. Now when the energy is released or the energy is absorbed, it is entirely or either a heat energy or a light energy. Like if I am doing the formation of water, I will need hydrogen and oxygen to form water. And this is always done by and when the water is formed, a lot of energy is being released. So we can say that whenever there is formation of a compound, either there is release of energy or there is absorption of energy. And this energy is always in the form of either heat or in the form of light. The next important property of compound is that it is homogeneous. By the word homogeneous we mean that it is actually throughout the compound it has same composition. So if I take the case of this water molecule, if I cut the water molecule from here, it will also have H2O by the ratio of 1:8 by mass, and if I cut water from here, it will also have the ratio fixed by mass. So whenever we take the case of compounds, they are homogeneous, that means they have the same composition throughout. The next property is that they have fixed melting point and they have fixed boiling point. Like in the case of water, the water in the state of solid, it is known as ice. Now the ice has the melting point at 0 degrees Celsius. So it is fixed, it is almost the same, or it is the same for all the case of ice or all the case of water. So these were the important properties of compounds. Now if you have any question, like for example you have to prove that NaCl is a compound and not an element. You can generally do this types of question with the help of the properties. You can clearly say that, like the case of NaCl, first you can say that it is a compound because the properties of the sodium and the chlorine is different from the properties of salt. Then you can say that the boiling point is fixed for the case of NaCl, but it is not fixed for the case of any other type of mixtures. Then you can see that it is actually a homogeneous compound. You can actually explain all these properties one by one to clearly explain that a given substance is a compound and it is not a mixture. This was the concept on the case of compounds. We have discussed the definition of compounds, that is they are formed of two or more elements by a fixed proportion, and then we have discussed the important examples, and then we have discussed the properties. All these properties are very important. You must remember these properties: the melting point, boiling point, physical method, chemical method, everything. So this was the concept on the case of compounds.